everybody, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be doing something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I'm going to do it today. So if you're new here, my name is Isis and I love Disney. I've loved Disney from a very young age, and because of that, I have trained myself to become a Disney expert, if you will. So the next several videos on my channel will be consisting of the evolution of Disneyland. What I'm going to be doing for my evolution of Disneyland series is look at each land within Disneyland and just focus on how it's changed over time. Another reason that I wanted to make this video series is, as you can see behind me, Disneyland is closed, so a lot of us aren't feeling the magic right now, and I wanted to bring the magic to all of you watching. Today's episode, and our first episode because it has the most information, is Fantasyland, a classic land in Disneyland. So let's just get into it. So once you walk through Sleeping Beauty Castle, you make it to Fantasyland. This land opened on July 17th, 1955, which is Disneyland's birthday. It focuses on princesses and usually like the classic movies when you think of Disney. The opening day attractions included King Arthur's Carousel, the Mad Tea Party, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Peter Pan's Flight, Snow White's Scary Adventures, and the Storybook Canals. Some of the other attractions that fall in this era but weren't actually opening day attractions due to testing and just development included Casey Jr.'s Circus Train, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, which used to have pink elephants, and the Alice in Wonderland Dark Ride. It's also good to point out that Fantasyland kind of felt like a circus in the sense that a lot of the rides looked like tents on the outside. A lot of the rides were also in different locations than they are today, and that was because of this restaurant called Chicken of the Sea. This restaurant was actually in a pirate ship. It was sponsored by Chicken of the Sea, the tuna fish brand, and you could get things like tuna fish sandwiches and a bunch of other fish products. This was open for quite a few years, and later it rethemed itself when Chicken of the Sea stopped sponsoring it to Captain Hook's Gallery. This restaurant ended up fading off in popularity, so they shut it down in the 80s. Another really cool thing about Fantasyland that is no longer there today are the sky gondolas. Sky gondolas were gondolas that you could take to get to Tomorrowland, or you could take them all the way back to get to Fantasyland. So for Fantasyland, it was called the Skyway to Tomorrow, and in Tomorrowland, it was called the Skyway to Fantasy. In 1957, the iconic Sleeping Beauty Castle that I was mentioning earlier finally got the walkthrough tour that it still has today. This allows you to go inside the castle and read and see the story of Sleeping Beauty. Two other attractions that are in Fantasyland but on the outside include It's a Small World that opened in 1966, and that was actually designed for the 1964 World's Fair. And the other one, which I know there's a whole debate whether or not the Matterhorn is in Fantasyland or Tomorrowland, but personally I see it in Fantasyland, and yeah, it's the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn was actually the first tubular steel coaster for its time, and everyone knows this Disney fact. Yes, there is a half basketball court upstairs, and that was in there not because it had to be a sports building. It was in there because when people were on break, they could go up and play some basketball. Who doesn't want to play some basketball? An important part of Fantasyland that you really should know from this time period is that all of the rides based on characters like Peter Pan and Snow White actually didn't have them on it, and this made people really confused and really mad. But the reasoning because of this is you were supposed to feel like the main character. So when you're in Snow White, there is no Snow White animatronic because you were supposed to feel like Snow White. But again, people didn't really understand this. So in 1983, Fantasyland actually closed down because they remodeled it, they renovated it, and it's so much better now. Pranked ya. When Fantasyland reopened, it truly felt like a kingdom. Everything blended really well with the castle, and all of the exterior fit the ride that was inside. And speaking of rides, they introduced a brand new one, which was Pinocchio's Daring Journey. And believe it or not much has actually changed since. That renovation in the 80s really transformed Fantasyland, and in my opinion, it is perfect the way it is. But I will say Fantasyland is really small, so they ended up expanding and putting things on the outside. So now we have Pixie Hollow, and we also have Fantasy Fair as of 2013. Two more smaller things about Fantasyland. In 2019, they actually renovated the castle. It's a little bit more pink now and has sparkly blue tiles. And currently, this one is still in the works. They're renovating Snow White's Scary Adventures and turning it into Snow White's Enchanted Wish. This is because when Imagineers were making this ride, they ran out of space, and so they they didn't have a place to put the ending scene. They ended up just painting the ending on a wall, but a lot of people miss it since it's right when you're getting out of your ride vehicle. So now they're changing it so Snow White can get a proper ending and everyone can see it and nobody can miss it. And that, my friends, is a brief history on Fantasyland. Make sure you comment down below if you learned something new, or tell me your favorite part about Fantasyland. Make sure you subscribe so you can see the rest of this series. I have a lot more videos coming your way. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you did not. And I will see you in my next video. Have a magical day.